today I want to show you the learning activities that I have on my shelf for my 1.5-year-old. And so if you are a parent, you are a grandparent, maybe you're a teacher, or you work for a daycare, today you're going to be able to get some excellent ideas for children that are 1 to 3 years old. And so let's start off over here with the top of the shelf. So in this little basket, and everything on the shelf, just want to mention, this is what I'm going to have for the entire week. And we're going to do a variety of activities with these educational items. So let's go ahead and show you the first thing here. I have a little basket. And over here in the basket, I have different flashcards that I do on different days. We have shapes, we have colors, numbers, and the alphabet. And for the alphabet, we do letter sounds. And that's how we start off because that is a very important skill for reading. So over here, we also have books that we read every single day. So we pick one of these books. As you can see, the shelf has a theme of Brown Brown Bear. And so we're doing our Brown Brown Bear book to start off the week, to introduce the shelf and the activities. And then every day we have different books that we're reading. It's very important to read to your child every day because this is what's going to build vocabulary, literacy, language. So here we have The Mitten because we are in winter. We have Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We have the Three Snow Bears. We have Where is Macy's Panda? And this is a really fun lift a flap book where the kids have to find the panda. Is Panda under the sink? And then they lift a flap. Oops, no, what is that? That's a snail. And so the child goes, it's almost like discovering where the panda is, and it's really fun. And they learn different vocabulary words in here as well. Here we have an I Like Colors book. This is a repetitive book. Repetitive books are really important for children when they're learning language. And I can make a whole video on repetitive books and why they are important and some of the best ones that I have found out there. Just let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we have the books, we have the flashcards. So we read one book a day, and we pick one of our flashcards that we're going to work on. Then we move on to the activities. So here are the different activities that we have going on. Here we have a little box. Let's start off with the little box over here with the bear. So here's a little bear. This was a chocolate box that I took and I laminated a piece of paper and I put a bear on top and I cut out a hole. And so the child is going to be feeding the bear. Now I do have this printable that you can download for free and I'll link it below in the description box. Here we have some pasta and the child is simply going to put the pasta in the bear's mouth. You can do counting 1, 2, 3, and so on. As the child is putting the pasta in the bear's mouth, the child is working on those fine motor skills, pincer grasp, and their hand-eye coordination. Moving on to the next activity. The next activity here is a puzzle. And so this is a really nice one to start off with toddlers because it's all the same and it's really easy to put on there. So the child can easily fit the pieces back in. So this puzzle, they're all circles. And these circles are all different colors. So at first, the child is going to be matching by size because they're not really going to understand the color matching concept. So they're going to be trying to fit it in terms of seeing where it goes, and in the process of elimination they're going to get to the right size. So they'll try different ones until they get to the right size. As they get older, they can start matching by color. You can ask them, where is the blue one? And they would match it. Where is the green one? And they would match it. Moving on to the next activity. Okay, over here we have a little basket. And in this little basket I have different kitchen items, and this little basket is going to serve many different purposes. So let's start off with the first activity. Let me set that up. In this first activity, the child is going to be transferring from one container to the other. It is a practical life skill and is inspired by the Montessori philosophy. So I have here some stainless steel containers, and over here I have some just pasta. Here I have a little tablespoon, and then over here I have a little cup with a lid. And so the child is just going to work on opening the little cup and transferring the pasta from one bowl to the other. They're going to be fascinated by the way it sounds. That's why I picked stainless steel, so they could hear it. The child is working on hand-eye coordination as they transfer from one side to the other. They're also working on those practical life skills that they're going to be needing when they're learning how to eat and how to hold a spoon the right way. At first, the child is going to experiment, just going back and forth. They may not do it to completion, and they might just pour it back. And so you just want to let them experiment. You want to let them explore the activity. And if they're so young as my child, which is 1.5, especially, you want to let them first see how to do it. You want to demonstrate how to do it. And you don't want to expect a particular goal. You just want them to play with the activity, because through play, learning happens. And so that is this activity. Now let's move on to the other activity that I have with this. In this next activity, the child is just going to have 2 different containers with lids. Now lids fascinate children. Just opening and closing and being able to fit a lid on a top of a container will fascinate a child. So the child is going to open the lid, put the ball inside, and close the lid back. Then they're going to transfer to the other side. Open the lid, open it, and transfer. They're going to be going back and forth doing this simple activity. As they do this, they are, again, discovery learning. They're learning how to open and close. They're learning how to find an object and transfer it from one side to the other, and they find this fascinating. You want to let them explore with this activity, and you will be surprised what fun things they come up with. Okay, so that is what I have for this little tray over here. Now let's move on to the next activity. In the next activity, I have a finger play activity. Here I have a glove, which I will put on, and I'm going to be telling the child a little rhyme. So in this part of our activities, we're going over our nursery rhyme for the week. And we like doing one nursery rhyme a week. And through repetition of doing the same one every day for a week, the child is going to develop vocabulary, literacy, language, and speech. And it's really important for little children to memorize nursery rhymes, to memorize tunes. This is going to help them later on for reading. And so this week we have the 5 little bees, and I have on a glove hot glued some bees that have been laminated. And I also have a laminated beehive over here. And this is part of our 10 most popular nursery rhymes for children. I have all of the printables for you guys, and also all of the songs and how to teach it to them. And I'll link it below in the description box if you want to grab a copy. Ready, Lou? We're gonna go over 5 little bees. Ready? Here is a beehive. Where are the bees? They're hiding away where nobody sees. Yeah, watch and you'll see them come out of their hive. 1, bzz, 2, bzz, 3, bzz, 4, bzz, and 5. Bzz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little bees. And so the child is also learning how to count 1 through 5, and that is the first step before you can move on to higher numbers. So now let's move on to the rest of our shelf. If you want to see all of the finger plays that I have, the most exciting ones that kids love, and they're printables, I'm going to be linking it below in the description box so that you can download that video and you can do it with your children. I have the top 10 finger plays that children love along with their printables. All right, moving on to the last activity that I have here is this tower. This is by Melissa and Doug, and the child really loves this because children love hitting things, so this gives them an opportunity to do that. So here we have, you can call out the color and say, hit the yellow one, and they'll hit the yellow one. But at first, they're just going to be fascinated by just going and hitting the balls and watching the ball circle to the bottom. And it's just a really fun activity for them to watch. And again, this is working on their hand-eye coordination. Later on, you can make this into a color activity where you call out the colors. And children just love doing this over and over again, and it's a really fun one to do with them. So that's all the activities that I have on the shelf. Also, for the week, we are going to be going over our first 30 words. And this binder focuses on vocabulary, matching, and memory. And I've made a whole video on our first words binder and how we teach children the first words by this matching binder. And it's going to work on that vocabulary and that literacy. So I have made a video on this binder, and I will link it below so that you can see a whole review on the first 30 words binder. So the last activity that I have here is this Brown Brown Bear interactive board, and I created this to go along with the Brown Brown Bear book. So let me show you how it works. I have made a video and I will link it below. I'll show you just the first one here. So this is the book Brown Brown Bear, and in here I have these printables, and I'll read it and I'll say, brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. And the child would put this on the board. And I do different activities with this board. And I'll link below a session where I show me doing the activity with the children. They really love it. It's a fun way to bring the book alive. And it makes it interactive, and the kids participate and put things on the bear and then put it back in the book, and it's really, really fun. I'll link that video below for you guys. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you want to see where I get all these items, I'll link it below in the description box, including our first words binder and all of the books and everything. I'll link everything below in the description box where you can get them. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I look forward to sharing with you some more fun learning activities for your children in the upcoming video. Stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and click on the notification bell, and also subscribe to the email list so that you receive an email when I post a new video. Till the next time, bye-bye.